this is Seema. Welcome back. I'm so glad you could join in today. Well, today I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic about responding to unusual situations. Well, certain responses in English seem to be pretty natural. Like, say, for example, if someone says, "Thank you," you're going to say, "You're welcome." Or maybe if someone says, "I love you," if you love the person, you're going to say, "I love you too." However, there are some not so familiar situations wherein beginners in English and even people who speak English every day are kind of tongue-tied when they have to say something. So today I'm going to talk about a few situations wherein you've got to respond, but you've got to respond appropriately because sometimes you just don't know what to say. You can't just say an "oh" or a "thank you" or a "welcome." You got to say a little bit more than that. Okay, so what are those situations? We're going to have a look at the situations and look at the appropriate responses. The first situation is when someone tells you, "You look beautiful" or "You look good looking." Well, not everyone pays you a compliment. Not every day, right? So when someone tells you that, I'm guessing it's going to be something that happens not so very often. And therefore, your response should be something like, "That's very sweet of you. Thank you." So if someone says you're beautiful, you just say, "That's very sweet of you. Thank you." Or you could say, "Oh, that really made my day. Thank you very much." Now, if you want to get a little naughty or a little bit quirky with the person who has paid you the compliment, you could also say, "You sure have a good eye," or "You sure have a good eye for things." Okay, so when someone tells you you are beautiful or good looking, just saying thank you may not be enough every time. You want to say a little bit more, and that's when you can use these sentences. All right, and sometimes a friend or a work colleague would be sad or upset. Now, because you're their friend or their work colleague, you hate to see them that way, right? Now, what do you do to make them feel better? Well, you could say something like, "Do you want to talk about it? I'm here if you need me." I'll tell you what, a lot of people who are upset or sad, they may not want to open up. So it is always good to ask their permission if they really want to talk about it. Okay, so you always start with, "Do you want to talk about it? I am here if you need me," which means first you ask the permission and then you assure them that you are there if they want to just have someone to listen to. Okay? If the person is ready to speak and has pretty much told you everything that he is sad or upset about, you could say, "I can't imagine what you are going through, but it will get better." We say "I can't imagine" because we're trying to tell the person that you're going through a whole big deal. You know, whatever you're going through is a big deal. So I can't imagine what you're going through, but you tell them that, "Don't worry, it's going to get better." It kind of, peps them up a little bit, right? So when someone is sad or upset, you now know what to say, okay? And, well, this is a tricky one, okay, and a very difficult situation, really, because sometimes a friend or maybe a family member even has lost their job. This is a very painful situation. This situation makes people very angry, very frustrated, and probably very sad, right? So you've got to be very careful with your choice of words. There are very few things you can say to someone like that, but I think if you say, "It's only a temporary setback," well, a job loss is a setback because maybe you've had bills to pay, maybe you've got loans to take care of. And now that you don't have a job, you're kind of short of money, right? So that kind of puts you on a financial setback. So You should tell the person that, look, I know you've lost your job, but that's only a temporary setback. Okay, it's not permanent, it's only a temporary setback. Or you could say, with your talent and skills, finding something better shouldn't be a problem. You know, when people lose their job in very unfortunate circumstances, like say if they were fired or if they had to leave, they kind of start to feel that they're not good enough, right? So you've got to make them feel that they are good enough. They can get something better. So they probably have certain talents, certain skills, which is fit for the kind of job that they're looking for. So you've got to tell them that with your talent and skills, finding something better shouldn't be a problem. And I'm sure they'll feel a little bit better than they have already been feeling all along. Okay, now we're going to deal with another very unusual situation, okay, but a really nice one. What if you receive an unexpected gift? Well, that's amazing, isn't it? I don't get gifts very often, so if I were to get an unexpected gift, I'd be really happy. Okay, now sometimes you get a gift that you like, sometimes you get a gift that you don't like. Okay, so respond appropriately depending on what situation you're in. So say for example, you have a gift or you get a gift that you really like. Okay, you want a really cute sweater, you got a really nice sweater for Christmas. So you can say something like, I don't know what to say. It's lovely, thank you. You know, why do we say I don't know what to say? When I say I don't know what to say, I'm saying that I'm speechless. I mean, the gift was so amazing. I'm dumbstruck. I don't know what to say. So when you have a gift or receive a gift that you love, you're going to say, I don't know what to say. Thank you. I love it. Okay? Now, sometimes you get a gift that you don't like. Well, what do? Well, you know, sometimes you've got to appreciate the gesture. You know, maybe the gift wasn't that good, but I think you should appreciate the fact that you were, you know, given a gift, that the person thought about you in the first place, right? So you can say something like, that was very kind of you. Don't talk about the gift because you don't like it and you don't want to sound fake, right? So just talk about the gesture, saying that was very kind of you. Thank you. Okay? All right. The next expression, or the next situation, I'm sorry, is again a very tricky situation because we don't know what to do in this case. Suppose a family member of a friend or a relative, one of them passes away. Well, that's a really tragic incident, right? They're going through something very, very intense, something very, very sad. And, well, what do you say? You could begin by saying, I'm terribly sorry for your loss, right? I mean, you can't feel sorry enough for someone who is going through something like that, but conveying the feeling by saying, I'm terribly sorry for your loss is a good start. Sometimes when people are going through a situation like that where, you know, the family member is no more, their life kind of stops for that period of time, maybe like, you know, a week or maybe 2 weeks. They probably don't cook food, they don't probably even tidy their house, or maybe they don't even take a bath, you know, because they're just so engrossed in their grief. So you've got to help them with things or chores around the house. So you can say something like, if there is anything I can do, I'm right here, because sometimes you may need to get them food, you may need to kind of tidy up their house, or just do some little bit, you know, little errands for them. So this is telling them that, you know, I know you're going through a difficult time, you can't do things for yourself right now, but if there's anything I can do, I'm right here. Okay, so you want to show that your presence is there for them in their difficult time. Okay, now this one again is a very difficult situation. Some people go through a bad relationship, and fortunately, that relationship has ended. Now, a lot of people are still sad because a relationship, well, is a relationship. And the end of a relationship can't be a very good feeling, right? But maybe your friend, your girlfriend, she has had, a really abusive relationship, but now she's very sad that it's over because there's no one around. So you can tell her, you're beautiful, you're smart, and you're funny. You're going to survive this. Because believe me, when you quit or when you come to the end of a relationship, you feel like that's the end of it. You can't get anything better in life. I mean, that's just it. But no, you tell them that you're going to survive this. You are beautiful, you are smart, you are funny. Okay? Sometimes when people end their relationship, they feel like they're never going to be happy again. They feel like that was the world to them. But you've got to tell them that there is so much more out there. So you could say something like, you will be happy again. Cheer up. Okay? Well, these are the unusual situations that I'm sure that sometimes you may come across. Okay? But with these appropriate responses, I'm sure you'll be able to tackle it in the right way. Well, that's it from me on this lesson. Until then, this is me saying goodbye.